It's finally time for WCBS 50,000 subscribers Celebration Ale Test Bottle 1. Let's go. Hey, it's Brain Muffin back with a beer review, and here we have a very special beer that I made in celebration for World Class Bullshitters hitting 50,000 subscribers, which they did a few weeks ago. They've now climbed on to 60. They're en route to hit 100,000 by the end of the year, so I'm going to be making an imperial version of this beer very, very soon. It's going to take a while. So the particulars of this, it's based on an Irish ale recipe, although I didn't get the red coloring that I wanted. I wanted a bit deeper red, but that's my fault for not using some of the heavier malted grains or roasted grains. I used 120 Love Bun and 90 Love Bun crystal malt, which didn't quite do what I wanted. I did use Beersmith, and it gauged pretty well. Well, we'll see what we've got. This was bottled a week ago, well, 6 days ago basically, on the 24th, and this is my first test bottle. So I use green and clear bottles for my test bottles, and this is a bottle I've had for quite a long time. Guy by the name of John dug it out of a recycle bin for me a long time ago at University of Tennessee. I also used aroma malts to get more kind of a biscuity and malty aroma. It does smell like a new beer. It does need to be aged some. It is a little on the cold side, and you can see it hasn't quite got the carbonation that it should. But again, it's only been in the bottle a week. But this is really to see how's the beer coming along. When I bottled it, I tasted it was pretty good. And you can see the head will get better. It's kind of more of a golden color, a little bit of reddish hint up here. The nose, one of the things I used in secondary, I used Citra, which I kind of liked. It gave it a little funkiness too, as well as that citrusy flavor. And I also used El Dorado, which was a hop that I've never heard of before. Used heavy in mango, and that's what you got on the nose right there is mango. And that was the whole point. And when I do this again, I'm going to use a bigger carboy. I'm going to get a 6.5 gallons for secondaries as well as primary, so that I have lots of head space to let the hops kind of, because when you use hop pellets, they'll expand and then they'll slowly fall down into the beer. So I lost about a half a gallon when I went to secondary. But it smells wonderful. Has hints of citrus, which is what we should expect from that Citra. So it starts with hints of, wow, that's an interesting combination there. So it starts with hints of citrus. About mid-mouth you have that maltiness and a little bit of sweetness. And then as it goes further back, it gets sweeter and sweeter, and it ends with some kind of mango, and then it has a nice bitterness on the back end. Now, the calculated IBUs on this is about 25, 26, because they didn't boil it for very long, which would have also made it a little bit darker. Well, I boiled it for an hour, but I only boiled the boiling hops for 45 minutes. I used Northern Brewer as a bittering hop, which was a big mistake in my opinion. I don't know what I was thinking. I like that hop for bittering, but it's really way too much. And so I didn't get a really good boil for the bittering like I should have, because that was way too, it's like 12%. 12% on the alphas, which was way too high for what I needed on this beer. But that's not bad. I mean, it really needs to age. Obviously, this has only been in the bottles a week, and this really needs to age. The carbonation will be nice. It's got some yeast sediment in the bottom. But even without the carbonation, I mean, there's still, you can still see, I do have a bit of a chill haze. Which may go away with a little bit more aging. So that means my hop break wasn't as good as I wanted. There aren't too many alphas in this from the grains, but no, that's good. It's got nice, it just doesn't have the good head retention yet. So, but nice citrusy, and that's the take. I kind of took the twist of the Irish, 4.7% alcohol, 25 IBUs, 26 IBUs. But it's coming along nicely. Another week it'll really be better. And then on the nose, because of that aroma malt and the biscuit malt, so I have on my website the recipe itself. I'm going to check into Untapped. I think it's a 4 1/4. I really like this beer. I like where it's going. The bitterness is a little on the edge, but it'll tone down with time. Got 2 badges for that part, Paint the Town Red. But I'll put in the description, in the link description below, to the article that has the Beersmith XML exports of the Beer XML. Aroma malt, yeah, well I was telling 120 and 40 Love Bund. And biscuit malt. I thought I put biscuit malt in there. Just a hint, it's only 4 ounces, so it's not that bad. But it really helps kind of give a little bit more breadiness to it, which is you don't normally have in an Irish Red, but there you go. So it's coming along nicely, guys. I can't wait to share this with you all, see what you get the feedback. That's also, I want to get some feedback from them. So I'm making the Imperial version, I'm shooting for 10%. Now with the Grainfather, my efficiency hasn't been that great. But I'll use some dry malt if I have to. I've got to get it to 10, but I've got to really formalize the recipe, understand what yeast I want to use, and understand what other pieces. So maybe I'll use like 2 pounds of crystal malt or something crazy like that. But it's coming along nicely, and just needs a little bit of aging and a little bit of more mellow, and it'll all blend. It'll be good. All right, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for clicking like, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye. Alright, see how this goes. Need some other stuff. Also focusing. Framing.